Alright, welcome back to another No Limits video. We're still working on Big Dane. So from last time, you would have seen me, I just got the motor in it. That's kind of where we left that video off. I've actually been tinkering away and it is all back together. Kind of, the airbox and all that still needs to be actually bolted down properly, but it is in there. And I cranked it over to get fuel, to get oil pressure up. And yeah, because I knew it didn't have fuel pressure, the fuel pump's dead obviously, so fuel line's disconnected, nothing came out. So yeah, you didn't miss much of me putting it together. I was just trying to remember where everything went from when I pulled it apart like 7 years ago. So that's, yeah, like I said, you didn't really miss much. It was either me scratching my head or looking in a book to try and work out where it all goes and runs and that sort of stuff. So, and I can't see why it won't fire up as soon as we get some fuel into it. So that's on to today's quick job, is change the fuel pump. Conveniently, a fuel pump assembly turned up in the old Facebook marketplace for a whole 30 bucks. I'm not kidding you. Conveniently for a WJ Green Cherokee. So that actually worked out really well. Well, he said it was for a WJ. So hopefully he didn't lie. Now we get the fun task of changing it. So as you can tell, it's an in-tank unit. If you look down under here, come around, that's where the fuel tank is, and that big skid plate. I've done one of these before, so I definitely remembered it wasn't something that went away real quick and how to change it. So as you can see, the rear bumper is actually attached to that skid plate, and so is the tow bar mounting bolts. So the entire rear bumper has to come off, then the tow bar comes off, then the fuel tank comes out. And once it's out, we give it a quick clean because it's got really stale petrol in it, and slip the new fuel pump in, a new fuel filter in at the same time, and we'll be all good to go. So alright, let's get this thing pulled apart. Alright, fuel tank's out. As you can see, like everything else of this car, it's covered in mouse shit and fucking dirt. But anyway, it's the joy of old cars that have been sitting around. So I'm going to get in and clean all this up. I was going to hose it, but I think I'll just scrape it and vacuum it, so I'm not dealing with fucking mud and general wet stuff. So yeah, anyway, but in under all this garbage is a fuel pump assembly. We'll undo this big nut here, those two fuel lines which run out to our fuel filter / pressure regulator. It's also the pressure reg for the motor. Yeah, I've got a new one of those to replace it as well while we're going. Yeah, so I'll come back, it'll be all cleaned up and we'll swap that pump over. Right, fuel lines, beauty. They're colour coded and different sizes, so you can't get it wrong. Just the way I like it. Just for this filthy end. So the tank end, you push the two little clips in and slide that piece out, and the line pops off. Just still filthy. filter end, that one you squeeze the 2 tabs and pull the line. And this one should be push in and you push that collar back out. And it should just pop off. It's not going to, it's for dirt. It's really full of dirt. And there's probably like a special ply that you can just squeeze it and it comes apart. But obviously I don't have that. So I'm going to get it with a mixture of screwdrivers. And to be honest, probably a bench vise. Oh no, there it goes. Just like that. And if you missed it, rewind because I'm not doing it again. That was sheer luck. Anyway, that is the 2 fuel lines removed from the pump assembly and the filter. Set them there now. Now whip this pump assembly out. I'll see if I have a tool for that. I do supposedly have a fuel pump removal tool. Literally just had on here. I'll see why they gave this to me. Mate of mine bought this little pump in a EL Falcon. And when he's finished with it, he just gave it to me. Remember, his words were, I never want to do that again. And if I don't have the tool, I won't. Tell you what though, it does make it good. Yeah, I'd normally get a flat screwdriver and a hammer, and I'd hammer on these with a screwdriver. Slowly wind it off, but tell you what, that tool made life easy. Yeah, I think the pump's had it. That's pretty bad. So yeah, I'm going to say that's has seen it. It's time to go. I'll get you in here and show you this. Not sure how well you can see in there, but there's the filter assembly off the bottom of the fuel pump. I'm not sure if it's old fuel and God knows what else. There's discolouring there on the bottom. Anyway, I'll get all this fucking cleaned out. Alright, fuel tank is all nice and clean inside now. After a wipe and a vacuum and a hose. Yeah, like I said, that crusty, disgusting looking thing there was the old fuel pump. I've got my nice new one here. Filter on it. It is all on it properly. See, these come as a full assembly, which is awesome because that one's had it. The fuel gauge and everything. Yeah, I'll say this will be as simple as dropping it in, but probably not. So I can't remember if I'm supposed to put that rubber piece on here and then No, so I'm supposed to put the rubber piece, I think, on the tank first, and then slide the pump assembly into it. No big deal. Very easily fix that. Just like that. What have they got here? They have a line. Normally something to line it up with. A little bit shaky. Trying to do this one-handed. I think. See, there's a lot of guesswork goes into doing this. I think that arrow lines up with those two little marks down there, and then it just goes like that, which looks pretty similar to what it was when it came out. So, and then we screw the big nut back on. It's just there. So, alright, I'll screw this down and start putting it all back together. Righto, tank's back in its skid plate. Fuel lines are all attached down there to the new fuel filter assembly. It's all right to go back in the car. There's the old fuel filter assembly. Like I said, they're an internal regulator. Well, not internal. The fuel pressure regulator is inside the filter. It's a bit of a different idea. So you've got two lines coming out of the fuel tank, out of your fuel pump assembly, and only one goes to the motor and actually regulates the fuel pressure in here and returns it to the tank. So obviously it's a different system. Probably not a bad idea for conversion cars. I've seen people, apparently a Corvette uses the same filter idea, so I've seen the Americans use them. Anyway, let's get this tank back in. Alright, so as I started editing the end of this video, I realised that I never actually ended it. So the yeah, I'll show you where the grand is up to. So the tank was all in, primed fuel, started it up, get out of the shadow. Yeah, tank's all back in it, put some fuel in it, primed it, fired the thing up for the first time, which I'll insert a clip of here. And yeah, ran on 5 cylinders. So that's probably why I stopped filming. I kind of might have had the shits with it. Went through, started disconnecting coils to find out which cylinders were bad. Found it was 3 cylinders on the driver's side bank. Because I had the spare engine, I actually popped one of the coils out and swapped a coil from the other engine into it, and that picked up 1 cylinder. Tried it on the next and it didn't, so ended up pulling the fuel rail out and swapped some of the injectors over and actually got those cylinders to fire up. So anyway, yeah, well, Dane's been sitting out here for a little bit, so we'll see if he still fires up, because I said may have ignored it. Keyless entry does work. I have gone ahead and installed a GME XRS into it, and did also do a lift in the front end, which that's coming up on another video shortly. Alright, so as you can see, it's running really well. Got good oil pressure, Only just started, it's the temps down low. Charging well, needs fuel. Yeah, still got to work out why the airbag light's on, but overall he's starting to scrub up pretty well. So got a couple of little quick things to fix. Fix is the wrong word. A couple little quick things to finish on it. So I have a couple of little quick things to finish. The air filter is actually not bolted in. It's general check over. Yeah, as you can see, got around to putting an ARB bull bar on it, which did a little slight modification to it. That was just a quick little job between me and my young fella. So anyone that's familiar with these bars know they have a big rubber piece that goes down here. So I actually took it off, welded a piece of flat on from there down to there, and welded up all the holes that held where the rubber bolted on, just to give it a bit more of a different look. I think a better look, and gave it a nice coat of hammer tone from Bunnings, which I think came up pretty well. So overall, pretty happy with how Big Dane's turned out. Yeah, be happy to start putting some Ks on him and drive him around. And like I said, a couple of little quick jobs that I've just got to finish off. I'll do those at my own time, so no point boring you guys with them. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give us a like and subscribe, follow, share it with your friends, whatever. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.